live again.
Hey, house
Oh,
guests! Welcome to today's
hi.
Big Brother Canada 11 digital daily updates. What's good? It's Tuesday. Our house guests of the day are Mimi Imes and Ayana. Thank you both so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so much. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Before we get started, I also want to
Yes.
thank Darby C.
We missed your super chat.
Yes.
Yesterday,
Unfortunately, we ended our stream before we saw your super chat
like
yesterday.
a second before your super chat popped up. So thank you
Yes,
very,
but thank
very,
you.
very much.
We appreciate that too.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, we have some things to discuss.
Oh my God.
When we left off yesterday, it was pandemonium in the Big Brother Canada house. Ty,
If only Pandemonium was a house guest.
I know, right? I mean, it is this season. So originally this week, Ty was planning on targeting Santina. But we know that she won the Bel Air Direct Safety. Canada said, I don't think so. You're not targeting Santina.
Let me put my boot up your butt.
Yeah.
And wreck your plans.
Right. So since Santina couldn't go up on the block, Ty was like, okay, cool. I'm still gonna put up Renee.
Oh.
And Renee would be his target, but he needed someone to go up against Renee.
Because Renee is such a threat.
So here comes Hope volunteering to go up on the block again.
Put me up, bro.
I mean, he's so confident that he's going to win the power veto and it's not going to matter. You know, he wants that dub.
What a dum-dum.
Yeah. So
From day one.
Ty does end up nominating Hope and Renee. And guess what?
Is that what you call adapting?
I don't know. I think I just call it dumb. So Hope did not win the power veto. Shania won the power veto.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Can you even believe it?
Good for her. So
yeah, good for her, but like
was definitely unexpected for sure. Yeah. So Shanae's like, I'm gonna use it on my girl. I want to take Renee off the block. So now Ty doesn't want that because he doesn't want to have to show his cards and put another person up on the block. So he is threatening Shania.
Are you threatening me?
Yes, he is. And he's saying, if you use that power veto, I'm going to put Claudia up in her place.
Oh, no.
Yes.
My usemans?
Not only that, but the line will be drawn and everyone is going to hate you, Renee, and Claudia. Yeah.
There it is.
And I'm going to have to come after you guys next week. So he's really pushing that there will be a line drawn in the sand. So Jonathan is the other name being thrown around as a potential nominee.
Being kicked around?
Yeah. But the Crown is hoping that they can convince Shania to leave the nominations the same.
It's a real soap opera.
They do not want two of their members up on the block because then
one
home. Will definitely be leaving.
Yes.
But in other news, pretty much everyone was talking about targeting Ty next week. It's too good to be true. I don't know. I don't know if we can trust it.
I don't know, but we'll have a very important super chat from Theodore. It's a shame Shania is edited. Thank you. Her extra DR makes her seem more self-aware of the game, and she knows who is not against her. Renee.
Interesting.
Thank you very much for the super chat.
I feel like we haven't really seen much of Shania on the show because compared to everybody else, she hasn't really been involved in much.
Yeah. None of the Teen Girl Squad has been.
I mean, she wasn't really involved in a lot of even scheming behind the scenes. You don't have to just be a comp beast to be
she was
featured
too
on
busy
the show.
Doing nothing, talking to Dan.
Yeah, she wasn't really doing anything up to this point, but
and
now
trying to flirt with Rob, who really was into Santina.
That's sad. That makes me sad. But anyway, this is where we are. You know, Shania is a main player this week, at least. So
well, this week we'll see what happens next week. Does this new fire under her gray sweat-suited clad butt have legs?
Gray sweatpants with a crop top? Yeah. Seems to be the look this season.
Well, she also does have those heart pajamas.
All right. Well, let's talk about today's Digital Daily. It's covering yesterday, day 38 in the house, and it starts after the POV ceremony.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
The house is shooketh.
Yes. So it starts with Claudia, Renee, and Shania chatting in the Circle K room. And they just had a game chat with Santina, which we did not get to see. I wish they could have started the daily a little earlier. Yeah, but they were talking about how the timing of this was perfect because yesterday we heard that they were discussing creating a new alliance with pretty much everybody except for Ty, Kuzi, and Anika.
Who's not in this alliance?
Tai, Kuzi, and Anika. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But their first step in making that happen was to talk to Santina. So it seems like this was that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we didn't get to see it. So they were like, well, we'll find out in 48 hours if Santina is with us or not, because they want to see where she votes this week.
Everybody's convinced this is an ongoing theme for the last 2 weeks, that it's a double or a triple.
Oh, yeah. There's been a lot of talk about it. But it's just crazy to me because so many people have voluntarily left this game so far. I don't see how they could afford to have a double or a triple at this point.
You need asses in the seats, Teen Girl Squad. Wake up. But it's not just them. It's the whole
house. No, it's everybody. Everybody's thinking it. Especially Kuzi.
Too many recruits.
Yeah, there are a lot of recruits. So Jonathan and Kuzi are chatting in the bathroom, and we find out that, yes, Sean, we find out that Shania did, in fact, use the POV on Renee.
Uh-oh. Who got their panties in a twist now?
Uh-oh. So Ty put Jonathan up as the replacement nominee, which means we have Jonathan versus Hope on the block. Yikes, but they're BFFs.
The Crown is in trouble.
The Crown is in trouble. They will be losing a member this week. And it sounded like there was some sort of like a reaction after the ceremony. Like people were upset and pissed. Yeah, I don't know who was involved in all that.
Defibrillator paddles.
I know.
Heart attack centrals.
I have a question. What happened to Ty telling Jonathan this week, oh, kick up your feet, you're safe?
Marty. The ghost of Marty.
We were getting Marty vibes big time, and I knew in that moment something was going to go awry and Jonathan was going to end up on the block.
Aren't you cold? I'm freezing.
Can we do this? I just want my damn lunch.
I know.
All right. So I also have to ask, remember when Ty wanted to keep the big targets around?
Yes.
And now he's got Hope and Jonathan up on the block? He has completely lost the plot with his strategy this week. I mean, Santina being safe really threw him for a loop.
Good. That's what I got to say.
Right? So Jonathan says,
finally.
Yeah. Jonathan says, I'm not going to do any negative campaigning against Hope. That is his boy. He is going to handle this the way he handles everything, with class.
I mean, he does.
We wouldn't expect anything else from Jonathan. He's
the gentleman house guest.
He's been great. So he says, being backdoored really does take the fight out of you, though. He didn't have a chance to play in the power veto competition. But
he's losing his Roy to Doy.
He's gonna pull it together here, and he's gonna fight to stay because he really does not want to leave. No. And apparently Hope was saying to Jonathan, like, I'm not gonna campaign, you're my boy, blah blah blah. And Jonathan was like, no, you should definitely campaign and fight to stay.
I mean, there's a difference between campaigning and cutting somebody else down. You can pump yourself up without
saying anything negative about the other person. Right. Absolutely. So Kuzi tells Jonathan another thing, don't forget to study. After that eviction,
double or triple.
Want to make sure you're ready for that HOH competition.
Comes at you fast.
They do seem to think it's going to be a double, which we have not heard anything about that. So
I really don't think it would be without them saying, hey, it's a double.
They did do that surprise one time, but I just don't see it happening with how many people have already left. So Jonathan says, I don't want Hope to go, but this is a game and I really want to stay.
It's kill or be killed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, again, with his movie-esque quotes, he really does talk like he's in a movie sometimes. He's like, by the end of this, there will be a few dents in the crown.
What?
But it will still stand.
Wow.
And he tells Kuzi, I would be honored to be sitting next to you at the end. Oh, please. That is my dream duo at this point. That is what we
want. Yes. Give it to us.
Give it to us. Make it happen. All right. So then we have Jonathan and Santina with a quick chat in the kitchen. And, Jonathan's been telling everyone, look, I'm not campaigning right now. I want to take the rest of the day.
I'm going to kick my feet up a little bit. Let this digest, talk to myself, get away from the people, the noise in the house, and let it all sink in, get my strategy together.
Yeah, he's not just taking it easy. He's taking the time to think about it. He wants to make sure he has a campaign ready for each individual person. He doesn't want
to go in there half-cocked.
Right, and with some lame boilerplate campaign. He wants us to be good.
Right.
So
honestly, I don't think he has a damn thing to worry about, but he doesn't know that.
BBCan says the cat is huge. Lammy is tiny.
She's really tiny.
Cats may appear larger in the video than they are in real life. She is a little thing.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I think she's probably like 6 pounds or something. Yeah, she's like really tiny.
So Jonathan feels like he can get the votes, and Santina agrees. I also agree. You agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think this vote could possibly be unanimous for Hope to go.
Yeah.
People want Jonathan on their side to fight.
Take out Ty.
Yes. Plus, he's just such a good guy. People want him around.
Exactly.
So Santina is like, all right, well, when you do your campaigning, remind everybody why you're here. Tell them who you target. Everybody knows you're loyal. You're an asset. And I think you're in a good spot. So keep me updated.
Agreed.
Yes. All right. So then Ty and Claudia have a chat in the backyard. Oh my God.
This was insane. He comes over in his drippy ass wet bathing suit.
Well, he's asking her like, what's wrong? And she's like, you're dripping everywhere.
Yeah.
He just came in from the hot tub.
Right.
There's literally a puddle where he was standing. And she's like, I'm just overwhelmed. Like she's doing her baby talks.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed. So Ty.
I don't know.
Ty says, you're going to be okay. Do what you got to do. If that means you have to go against me, then you have to go against me.
Yes.
He doesn't have that accent. But
no, he doesn't.
Claudia's like, I'm not trying to go against you. And he's like, I'm not trying to go against you either. And Claudia says, I'm just sad. I'm having a hard time separating the game
from personal.
And the personal.
Right.
Because honestly, I think Claudia and Ty are bad in the game and personally. Like, I don't see them being a good couple.
I don't see them dating outside of the house.
Yeah.
At all.
So Ty is like, I don't want you to feel that way. I'm not trying to pressure you. Sir, are you kidding me?
That is a lie.
We've seen the game you play.
The lie detector test said that is a lie.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm not trying to make you feel small. I'm sure he doesn't intend to do that. But he does. It's laughable. So he's like, you need to be with people in this game who make you feel good. And that's definitely not him. So he's like kind of giving her permission here to like, or giving her his blessing
to
work with other people. Yeah. So then Ty does like a quick rage workout, still in his dripping wet bathing suit. He goes over to the weight bench and he's like,
damn, he can really do those pull-ups.
Yeah, he's doing pull-ups. He's doing the bar. Like, it was a lot, though. So then Claudia's just sitting there like, so
yeah.
He comes back over and he asks Claudia, are you stressed about the game or about relationships? Meaning like our relationship.
Both.
Yeah. Well, Claudia says, honestly, this week has been a mess. It's a lot for me to think about. Break up.
Look at your life. Look at your choices.
Please put us out of our misery.
Oh my God.
So Ty tells her this game is only going to get more challenging. AKA, I'm only going to make this more difficult for you moving forward.
I'm only going to play more mind games on you.
Yeah. So Ty is really annoyed because he feels like Shania went against him this week when he feels he has done so much to protect her thus far in the game. And he feels like she just did that, use the POV to spite him. And I guess he feels like with what Shania said, I don't know what she said in her speech at the POV ceremony.
It was a slight.
He said he felt like she was, directing it towards him.
Sniping at him.
I mean, you did threaten them. So, but anyway.
I mean, you did. It's fair.
So he made it very clear if she used the veto that they would be drawing a line in the sand. There it is on this piece of cardboard covering up this puzzle. So he says, I protected Shania because I care about you. Is it because you care about Claudia or because you wanted Shania as a number and you assumed that she would do whatever you wanted her to do? And that's why he picked her to play in the POV this week in the first place.
And that's why Daniel C., who's now just known as Daniel, except he's still calling him Daniel C., was upset.
Yeah. He took that as a slap in the face. But Ty is like, I don't want you to think that I look at you differently now since Shania used the veto, but like,
of course he doesn't look at her differently because he never liked her.
So Claudia's like, oh, well, I don't want to have to pick sides. You made it very clear that if Shania uses the veto, that there's a line in the sand. So what would you do? And she asked this the other day, what would you do if you had to pick between me and Zach? And again, Ty is trying to deflect, avoid the conversation, whatever. After some BS, he finally says, "Oh, I would find a way to work with both."
What the hell kind of a showmance is this? Usually when you have a showmance, they're both on the same page.
Not this time.
This is like ridiculous.
Yeah. So Ty says, that girl trio that you're a part of, they're always going to put each other over anyone else. I've tried working with them. What am I supposed to do? So Ty's like, Claudia, I don't know what your priorities are anymore. I really thought that you would have pushed Shania a little harder to make the right choice. And he's not
She did make the right choice.
I know, right? He's like, he's not only talking about this veto situation, he's referring to like keeping Zach. He feels like, you guys effed up when you didn't keep Zach, and now look at what's happening. We've heard him say so many times, like, this wouldn't have happened if Zach was still here.
I'm surprised that he's not dogging on her more for not keeping Zach.
Oh, he is. He is.
Yeah.
But
because I feel like she was the real deciding vote.
I think she was a big part of it for sure. But if somebody does something that is not what's best for Ty's game, it's the wrong choice.
Exactly.
Even though it might actually be the right choice for that person. But anyway, Claudia's like, I care about you so much on an emotional level. She's like, I don't want to go against you in the game. But I also don't want you to feel like I'm the reason that your game is jeopardized.
He doesn't care for you.
Yeah, he's just not gonna do. So Ty tells her, play the game for yourself, not for anyone else except for me. Blah, blah, blah. And Ty thinks that Jonathan is definitely the one going this week.
Oh my God.
Unless we're missing something.
Definitely the target.
He's his target for sure.
Is he just manifesting that if he thinks Jonathan is going, then he's going?
Unless we're missing something, I think Ty is just like so out of touch now that Zach is gone. He doesn't have Zach bringing him info. So
he's out of the loop.
He's out of the loop and he does not see what's going on here. He does not see the crown at all. He doesn't think that that's happening.
Well, because Kuzi's lying to him. We hope. Hope is lying to him.
A lot of people are lying to him.
Yeah.
But I thought he had a better bullshit detector before, but I think it was just Zach giving him info.
I think it was telling when he was talking to Claudia and he was like, I just usually ask people a million times, even though I don't know the answer. The other day he said, even though I do know the answer.
Interesting.
This time he said, even though I don't know the answer.
Yeah. I think he's feeling the heat here.
He's unraveling a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, we saw that rage workout.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Ty says, Jonathan going this week, it's not going to hurt my game, but it doesn't help my game either.
I think it's going to hurt your game.
I think it's going to hurt his game because it seems like most people are rallying around targeting Ty next week.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least that's what it seemed like. Yeah, that's what it seemed like before. So Ty says,
I don't know about Claudia. I don't know about Anika.
Yeah.
I don't know about, I know Jonathan will, but
we'll get there. But Ty just brings it back to this over and over again. He is upset that he is not getting his target, Renee, out this week. And he's like, I don't understand why you and Shania are so invested in Renee. I can't work with you guys if you want to keep Renee around long term. So
Renee is such a non-event in this.
I don't know why he's so fixated on Renee.
Why?
I don't know, but they're just going around and around and around in circles. It is very tiresome to listen to. So let's switch it up.
Okay.
Jonathan and Anika are chatting in the parlor or the nook or whatever it's called. And Anika says, look, man, we tried to keep Shania from using the power veto. We were trying to like talk block her, make sure that she wasn't going to do it, but she messed it all up. She used that veto and now you're up on the block.
Anika, don't be a dum-dum.
Yeah, I think Anika has learned a lot and has come a long way, but she's still
not targeting Ty.
Sometimes she snaps back into that.
We have to get the girls out that I hate before we get out Ty.
She needs to get it together. So
she's a hater.
Yeah. Anika says to Jonathan, like, look, I really want you to stay. I've got more of a connection with you than I do with Hope. So, in your campaigning, try to make those girls feel guilty, the trio, so that they'll vote to keep you.
I feel like they're going to vote to keep you.
I think they are anyway, yeah. So Anika's like, we're gonna get all 3 of those girls out of here in a triple. That's not how it works. And then we're gonna take out Ty. Oh my God, Anika, get it together. You cannot leave Ty in the game that long. Stop being ridiculous.
He needs to go very next.
Yeah. So Jonathan's like, I can't help but think that Ty knew that this would happen. I think he means when he picked Shania to play in the veto, but I don't think Ty expected this to happen. First of all, Ty was targeting Santina this week. Right. Couldn't do that. Then he was targeting Renee. He did not expect Shania to not only win, but then to
use it.
What he didn't want to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't think that he wanted Jonathan out this week. No way. And Jonathan's not going this week, as far as we know. But Anika says Ty really was trying hard to convince Shania to keep the nominations the same. He didn't want to have to put another person up on the block.
Plus, he still wants Renee out.
Yeah, he does.
I think he would rather have Renee out than Jonathan.
Oh, hell yeah, he would. For sure. So Anika tells Jonathan, don't stress too much. Get some rest. Keep fighting. And Jonathan's like, yeah, I want to help the crown get to the end. I'm fired up.
I want to do this again.
He keeps saying that. He wants to be able to vote and do this.
And again.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah. So Jonathan was also saying, I feel like I can get close with those 3 girls. And if I stay, I can use them, get some information, bring it back to the crown to help our alliance. And he tells Anika, you can do the same thing with Ty, since Ty feels pretty good about Anika, Kuzi, and Daniel. So they feel like, they can keep their alliance under wraps and use their relationships with everyone else. Okay. So Anika lets Jonathan know after the ceremony, apparently Ty was talking to her and he was like, oh, I should have put Claudia up instead of Jonathan. Because apparently Claudia made some comments that Ty did not like, and he was like, "Oh, I realized she's not who I thought she was."
Wow, I wish he had put her up.
Damn, that would have been wild.
That would have been how amazing. That would have been iconic.
It would have been hilarious
if Claudia had gone home on his HOH.
I remember it funny. We love the chaos. Okay, so then Ty and Hope are chatting in the backyard, and Ty is trying to help Hope with his campaign because he wants Hope to stay over Jonathan.
Right.
So Ty is telling Hope, throw me under the bus as much as you need in your campaigning.
Tell them I forced you to go up on the block.
Tell them I tricked you into going up on the block. And Ty is telling Hope, like, talk to Kuzi first. She'll be able to help. Ty is thinking that he can get Claudia's vote. He has this plan. I'm going to tell Claudia that everyone is against the girls, and the way for her to get back in with the rest of the house is to vote out
Jonathan. What?
He's so out of touch. He thinks that it's going to be like a landslide for Jonathan to go, but it's going to be the opposite, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, we could be wrong, but I don't think so.
We could be wrong, but yeah, I don't think so. So then Claudia, Shania, and Renee are chatting in the flamingo room, and Claudia is telling them about the conversation with Ty when he was in his dripping wet bathing suit.
That was hilarious.
They feel like he's spiraling at this point, and they are laughing. They're having fun. They also say that they want Hope to go this week. So there you have that. Santina and Daniel, quick game chat in the bathroom. This is like a blink and you'll miss it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Daniel was basically like, I'm ready to go to war with you, to take out Ty.
Right.
I want the strong players in the end.
Good.
Not the people who have not been playing. So a lot of attention now is being focused on this teen girl squad.
Yeah.
Because people are pissed that, they
just farted around the first half of the game. And
now they have power.
We want to do something.
It's disrupting things, right? They were not planning on having 2 crown members up on the block.
They really took a dump.
Yeah, so I think there's I don't know if it's the smartest move to go against, to try and target the teen girl squad when you got other targets in the house.
Yeah.
But that seems to be people's focus at this point, which is insane. Because they're just bitter that these girls have disrupted things when they haven't really done much before.
I guess they still are a voting bloc.
They are. That is true.
So, is it more important to take out a big threat like Ty, who can actually win stuff and, F with you? Or is it scarier to leave in a voting bloc?
I mean, it does suck to have a voting bloc like that, but I think when you've got, somebody like Ty.
That's like letting a baby play with a loaded gun.
Yeah, but you got to take out Ty, in my opinion.
I mean, you got to take out both, but like,
yeah, of course.
If you took out one of the group, like Renee, which is I'm sure what Ty is thinking, like you kind of knocked down that voting block a little bit.
The reason why Ty wants Renee out of that group and not the other two is because he doesn't have as much control over
Claudia. Yes.
No, over Renee. He has no control over Renee. He has some over
less
Claudia.
Control over Claudia when Renee is in Claudia's ear.
That too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he thought he'd just have all those three as numbers for him.
Sorry.
Yeah. So then Hope and Kuzi are chatting in the toucan room because remember, Ty told Hope, go talk to Kuzi. Mm-hmm. So in this conversation, Kuzi is definitely like trying to help Hope. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she does still want Jonathan to stay, but she's not going to say that this early on to Hope.
Well, also, I'm sure she 100 doesn't trust Hope 100%.
That too.
So in case on the off chance that he's going to go back to Ty and say, well, Kuzi said this, this, and this, and that. Oh, wait, that doesn't add up.
Yeah, she doesn't, she doesn't need any info
fully trust him.
Right. Unless we're just totally misreading things here. But
and there's no guarantee that Hope is not going to blow up the crown.
True.
Whether on purpose or by accident.
Right. So Hope says, oh, Ty gave me permission to throw him under the bus in his campaign. He doesn't care about like the ramifications for next week. Mm-hmm. He just wants to make sure that I stay. So Hope is like, what should I do? Should I talk to the girl trio? What should I say? And Kuzi's like, yeah, tell them that when you win HOH, you're going to target Ty. You know, make sure also that you're good with them just in case that they win HOH next week. Mm-hmm. So Kuzi is also saying to Hope, like, whoever goes this week, the fight against Ty continues. It's the same way when they were trying to save Rob. Right. And they were like, we need to still target Zach. Right. No matter who goes.
Right.
So, yeah. Hope from this conversation, Hope seems to think that he's going to have the votes to stay. He feels like he has Santina. I don't think so. I think Santina's keeping Jonathan.
Well, I mean, everybody's lying to him, really, because they don't want, more campaigning.
Yeah. So Hope is saying he will never volunteer to go on the block again. I don't know that he's gonna have the chance to. So. Okay, but Hope says if he stays, he's going full commando. And this made us both laugh.
Full commando means.
I guess it means something else in Africa, but Kuzi's like, you know what that means here, right? Like you're running around
no panties
without underwear.
And he said, I don't have any on.
Oh my God. It was very funny though.
Yeah.
So then this is interesting. Hope asks Kuzi, are we really working with Ty? Like what's the deal? And Kuzi says, we are working with Ty as needed.
Right.
She says, right now, it's more important to get these girls out because they are not deserving of the win. Kuzi, please tell me you're just saying this to Hope, right? Please tell me you're just saying this to Hope.
She was just placating him in case he goes back to Ty and says, well, Kuzi is coming after you next.
Yeah, of course. So she says, I would be okay with Ty taking me out at some point.
I kind of think that if she gets Ty out next, great in her mind. But I kind of actually do think she wants to break up the voting block.
Well, I think it's also just a pride thing. Like she was saying, I would be okay with Ty taking me out because he's like a worthy competitor, but she would not be happy with Shania or like Renee or Claudia sending her home.
Right.
Okay. So like, I get why people are annoyed that Shania used the veto on Renee because that messed up a lot of people's plans, right? But it's making me feel insane that they do not see why Shania would want to use the veto on Renee and why that wouldn't be good for her personal game.
It's the voting block, kids. Don't you see it?
Why? Like, if they were in the same situation, would they not want to save their ally? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And again, I get that they're upset because it messed up their plans, but it seems like they don't even see why Shania would want to do that. It's crazy. But Hope is like, we had everything. We had it all. Shouldn't have volunteered to go up on the block because you'd be in a much different situation right now.
Shouldn't have used the veto on Ty. Shouldn't have gone up on the block of your own volition.
That was dumb.
Should have gunned more to win the veto.
Yeah. All right. So anyway.
It's making me sick.
Yeah. We've got another Claudia and Ty discussion to make you sick.
Oh my God.
This time they were talking about this week's vote. Who should go, Hope or Jonathan?
Who's on your list?
Yeah, we know that Claudia wants Hope to go, and we know that Ty wants Jonathan to go.
Right.
So Claudia says Hope is a really strong competitor. And Ty is like, but Hope hasn't even won anything. He has.
Yes,
he has. He won a veto. But Ty, it's not like he forgot about that. In Ty's mind, Hope did not truly win that competition because Ty and Zach were both claiming that they threw that veto to Hope. So they're like, oh, it doesn't count as a win for Hope. And I remember Hope being really upset that people were trying to take that away from him.
Yeah.
So he's like,
hasn't Jonathan only won like one thing too?
Did Jonathan win anything?
Maybe not.
I can't even remember now. I don't think Jonathan has won anything yet. So yeah, he's like, Hope not as strong of a competitor as you think. But he also says we can get Hope out at any time. He's always like volunteering to go up on the block and all this stuff. Ty says Jonathan, it's gonna be harder to take him out later. People are not gonna want him to go because they're gonna get closer and closer and closer to him as we get closer to the end. They're not gonna want to vote him out. He's got a child at home.
Right. He's a stand-up guy.
Yeah. A stand-up guy. Yeah. So he says Hope is a convenience to have around. We can put him up whenever. He just wants to compete, he wants to play in the comps.
He's like garbage. You can just throw him out.
Oh my God. So Ty is asking Claudia, what are your goals? Because I don't know what your priorities are in this game anymore. And Claudia's like, I'm trying to figure that out. I don't even know. So
no kidding.
Yeah. Claudia,
have you even been playing?
Claudia brings up Santina and Anika as potential targets. She also mentions Renee, which Ty shoots down immediately. He's like, no, I know you're not serious about that. So don't even bother.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if Claudia thought that they were still doing waiting for the game to start?
Oh God.
We're just getting used to being in the house and the game to start.
She's not that clueless. But Claudia, we know Claudia definitely wants to target Kuzi. Because she knows that Kuzi and Ty are super close.
Right.
And she wants to take a number away from Ty.
Kuzi's smart.
Kuzi's really smart.
Kuzi's very social. She's got everybody hanging out with her and talking strategy with her.
But there is some hesitancy here. Claudia does not want to straight up admit that to Ty. Because she knows that Ty and Kuzi are very close.
Right.
So Ty is like, well, I'll tell you, it's the three of you girls against the rest of the house because they're not happy that Shania used the veto. So he's like, I know a way that you could get back in with the rest of the house. If you want to know, if you want to hear it.
If you want to do me a really big favor.
Lame. So he's like,
so sleazy.
Yeah. If you vote with the house this week, I could make sure everybody knows.
But the house is voting out Hope.
Right? So he thinks he's getting Claudia to vote out Jonathan by being like, vote with the house, but the house is voting out Hope. Supposedly. So
yeah, then she will.
Yeah. Ty also is asking Claudia, who's the biggest threat to your game besides Shania and Renee? Dude, are you kidding me? Shania and Renee. Stop. So Claudia spills, and she's like, I think Kuzi is the biggest threat to my game. Oh my God.
No.
So Ty, of course, is like, I'm not trying to defend Kuzi right now, but I don't think she should be so high on your target list.
She wouldn't go after the girls before she would go after some other people.
No, he said she would target other girls before she targets you.
Other girls.
Yeah.
Never a guy.
Maybe not anymore, though. Kuzi is not happy with those girls, and especially Claudia. She's not happy with Claudia. So anyway.
Who do you think for real is Kuzi's next target? Is it Ty or is it one of the girls?
Ty, but I don't know. I don't know.
We get so little.
It's hard to tell at this point who the real targets would be. But Ty says everyone has traits that make them dangerous. You just have to prioritize which traits are the most dangerous to your personal game.
Well, you know what makes it so hard too this season is that nobody's talking to the camera, and they were talking about this.
Well, they might be, but we don't get to see it.
We don't get to see it. We need some camera talks.
We do. So,
I mean, Koozie has in the past.
We can learn more from those the diary rooms, but we need them like more consistently.
Right.
So anyway, that's where we're at right now. It seems like Jonathan will be staying, but who knows, right?
We'll know more tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got 2 days left until the eviction.
It's going to seem like forever.
Well, we'll see what happens. So let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all so much for being here. And we need to go eat lunch because it's after 4 o'clock.
I'm starving. And I think we're getting a delivery, so the dog's going to bark any second.
See you later for the episode recap. Until then, much love. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye.